Welcome to a new Doctor Who video. I am going to be ranking the Masters worst to best. I am not counting books, novels or Big Finish audios some other Masters have appeared in. So that narrows it down to 8. I'm just doing the TV appearances of the Masters. I might put them in an order you are not expecting. So put your order in the comments below and tell me who your favourite Master is. And just before this video starts, I want to say I like all the Masters and I respect how they portrayed them differently. I think they're all good actors. One of them didn't do the job too good, but I don't think it was his fault. So let's go to 1996 with the Doctor Who movie, and this is Eric Roberts, and this earns him in 8th place. He is the weakest and worst Master of all time, in my opinion. I kind of feel sorry for him because I think his director told him to act in a completely different way the Master usually acts. And I don't think he had a clue who the Master was, and I don't even think he watched Doctor Who. So he didn't know the Master's background. And to be honest, he was very robotic. He didn't really put much menace. And at the end, when he was trying to act very powerful and he was waving his arms about, it just was really bad acting, and he doesn't seem like a Master to me. I know he put some scary faces, and there were some moments in the movie and I said, hey, that was pretty good, but the rest of the time he was just dull and boring, and I just really didn't like him as the Master. So we're just going to go on to number 7, Peter Pratt, and his episode was The Deadly Assassin. Now, The Deadly Assassin is a great Tom Baker story. It is one of his best, in my opinion. It would definitely be in my top 10 stories of the 4th Doctor, because I really like the whole Matrix and the Time Lords, and we learned that the TARDIS is a Type 4 and all that stuff. And I do like Peter Pratt. I think he's a good actor, but you couldn't see his acting as much as I wanted to over that mask. I mean, it would have been good if his eyes blinked a bit or moved a bit, but they were just still. And I know it was supposed to be like a melting, horrible effects of the Master. He's been through a lot and he's very damaged, and I just didn't like that, to be honest. I would have preferred paint on his face or something like that. The makeup was good. I'm just saying you couldn't really hear his voice that good, and it was very muffled, so that's why I'm putting him at number 7. But his story is absolutely amazing, and Peter Pratt I do like. Now, Geoffrey Beevers in 1981, which is the Master from the Keeper of Traken. You see him go into Anthony Ainley after his regeneration. Now, I thought it was really good. He was very menacing, and I really did like his portrayal. I think Beevers was a great Master, and I really liked it when he took over the man's body. I actually forgot his name, but let's just call him Anthony Ainley. And yeah, I thought it was really good. Then we're going on to number 5, which is Derek Jacobi. I wanted to put him higher. Maybe I might put him higher after listening to the Big Finish audio. Because I've put him at number 5 because he didn't have enough time, and I wanted him to be a big part of the 10th Doctor's era. But then John Simm came, and I love John Simm. I kind of wanted him to be in the grand finale, Jacobi, but it didn't work out. But he was really good. He was this sweet man called Yana, and he just turned when he looked into the watch, and he just went to this horrible man who killed the alien who stutters all the time. But I forgot her name too. I'm forgetting a lot of names. I've got to stop doing this. But yeah, I think Derek Jacobi is a brilliant actor, and hopefully when I go to London Comic Con I get to meet him, because it would be an honour. And then at number 4 is Anthony Ainley. Now, he is the longest running Master from 1981 to 89. He was in the Keepers of Traken when he went from Geoffrey Beevers Master to Anthony Ainley, because he took over that man's body in the Keeper of Traken. He was in the 4th Doctor's last story. He was in quite a lot 5th Doctor Peter Davison stories. He was in the 5 Doctors, what is his best appearance in my opinion. And then he was in the Mark of the Rani, yeah. Oh, he was also in the Caves of Andromeda regeneration cycle, and he was in the last Doctor Who classic episode Survival. Now, I just really like him. He's very menacing, and I love his portrayal. And then we're going to go on to number 3, which is Michelle Gomez. I think she is brilliant. I wanted to put her higher, but the other 2 masters I've got more respect for because they're absolutely bloody amazing. But Michelle Gomez, I wasn't that bothered about her in Dark Water and Death in Heaven. She was okay. When she killed Osgood, that put her up higher on the list because she was very menacing and she's very quirky. And when I saw her in The Magician's Apprentice and The Witcher's Familia, I was like, yeah, that's the master. And we didn't really have much backstory to her back then. She was very good when she teleported, and she was very clever. I like how she was speaking to the dolls. I liked her costume, and I really liked her acting. I thought she was very good. It was Michelle Gomez's 2014 to 17. She's left now. I don't think Missy is dead after the Doctor falls. I think she probably regenerated into a different master. Whether or not we'll see that, I don't know, because we didn't see John Simm's regeneration. But in Series 10, it put her to number 3 because she was absolutely amazing in Series 10. The Doctor falls, the acting she did when she laughed when she died, you saw her real crazy side. And yeah, Michelle Gomez is a brilliant master. Number 2, John Simm. John Simm is amazing. He is the best president ever. And I really liked him in the Last of the Time Lords, The Sound of Drums, the drumming in his head. And he's such a good actor. He's so menacing. And in The End of Time, he was brilliant when you saw him crazy and he was shooting that electric out of his hands. And again, when he came back in World Enough and Time, the Doctor Falls, he was great too. I really like his laser screwdriver, and I just like his look, and the acting he does is brilliant. He is an amazing master, and he's my master too. He's the first master I saw. Now, number 1, and nobody will ever be able to beat him. The original, the first, and the best, Roger Delgado, 1971 to 73. What I really like about him is his chemistry with John Pertwee. They were brilliant together, and you could tell they used to be friends with the way he looks at you, and he's such evil, and his facial hair and the way he looks, the suit he wears, the black suit, he's so menacing, and he's just such a good master. I recommend Terror of the Autons. That story is amazing. It's when John Pertwee teams up with Joe Grant for the first time, and he's just brilliant. Roger Delgado, he is the best master of all time. Hopefully you like my list. Let me know what your list is below. See you in the next video. Goodbye.